Good morning. It's Saturday, June 7th, 2025, 7:36 a.m. And I'm going to make something different this morning. And you may be kind of shocked by this, okay? So I have got a glass full of ice, right? And I've got some ginger ale here. Now, I prefer Canada Dry, zero sugar, but the only zero sugar the market had was Seagram's 7, so that'll do. Okay, now, just gonna let this, you can see through the glass, it's fizzing up. I don't want it to overflow. Okay, so this is a 7.5 ounce can. I'm gonna pour the whole thing in. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, now you can use any kind of espresso to make this with, but I have a couple of capsules left over of that Lamina coffee. It's meant to be an iced coffee, sort of a lemon lime kind of coffee. Now remember, oh, good morning, Amanda. Thanks for joining. Amanda's my pond friend here where I live. We keep up with the ducks and other stuff going on at the pond. Anyhow, so a lot of people, interestingly, will put lemon or lime in their coffee, either hot or usually cold, iced in this case. And yes, people do coffee with ginger, as you know, so we're going to do it with ginger ale. Okay, so what I wanted to say is when a coffee says it has certain notes, don't expect that, like, you're going to brew, for example, this coffee is going to taste like, some citrusy drink. No, it just has slight suggestions. Like when it says a coffee has cocoa notes or tobacco notes, yeah, or woody or spicy, things like that. It's not like you're drinking something that tastes like wood or tobacco or cocoa or something. There's just slight suggestions of that, very subtle in with the coffee flavor. And this is stuff that either grows naturally because of where the coffee was grown. It just, is part of the coffee. Just like, like a McIntosh apple and a Granny Smith apple and a Gala apple all have different flavors. No one put those flavors in there. They grew like that. Well, different coffee plants, depending on where they're grown and how the beans are dried and roasted and stuff like that, they have different flavors too. Nobody's adding these flavors. Now, in this stuff, I think they did add some flavoring, but that's okay because we're going to use it anyway. I could, though, as I said, use any kind of espresso, and that would be fine. So let the little Pixie machine here, original line Nespresso Pixie machine, heat up. It's got this is very narrow profile. Okay, almost ready? Come on, you can do it. Okay. Come on, up, there we go. All righty, now, oh golly, you know what? This glass, well, an espresso is only 1.35 ounces, so let me take a sip of this anyway. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I forgot that when you do this, it foams up. Oh no. All right, we're good. As you know, this is a seat of the pants operation here. I do everything new with you. I don't try it first, so we never know what's going to happen. Okay, let me get an iced teaspoon here. Nice long spoon, okay? Why is it called that? Because typically iced tea is drunk in long, tall glasses. So you need a spoon that'll reach down there to be able to stir up your sugar or stir the ice around in the tea, whatever. So this is a traditional iced tea spoon. Okay, it's giving me a little idea of the taste, but the fizz, the carbonation, is part of what should make this a refreshing drink. I made this several years ago, but it's been a long time. Oh, here's something really interesting, okay? Remember we've talked about how you might have this flavor and this flavor. And alone, you know, they have their own separate characteristics. But when you mix them together, it makes something new and more and different than the individual parts. You know, it's kind of like baking a cake. If you taste the flour, taste the sugar, taste the egg, you know, all those things have their individual flavors and characteristics. But when you mix them all together and bake them, it makes something new and different and more. So it's kind of the same thing here. You may be thinking ginger ale and coffee, but it's making something different. Now, Canada Dry Ginger Ale has more of a sweetness than Seagram 7. Seagram 7 has more of a little bite, the gingery bite to it. This is good. You know what? I'm going to get one more espresso capsule and put it in there because I feel like I maybe kind of overpowered the coffee just a bit with that ginger ale and ice. Okay, let's see here. What should we put in? You know what? I've got all these random oh no, I'm not going to waste the raspberry on this. What do we have? That's some Lavazza. All the rest of this is an espresso. Oh, this is pumpkin spice cake. I want to keep that. You know what? I've got one more of these Laminha capsules. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll put that in, use this up. So this was a summer capsule from, I don't know if it was last year or a couple of years ago. And, okay, do we have enough water left in here? Let's check. Yeah, that's definitely more than an ounce and a half, right? Okay. The machine is ready. All right. It shouldn't fizz up too much this time, but just in case, right? Okay, so the espresso button. Okay, we're almost done here. Alrighty. And you can see that the light has turned red on my machine. It's telling me it needs more water. I'll take care of that in a little while. Alrighty, so we'll stir this up now. So yeah, I've had questions about my shirt. This was my brother years and years ago, maybe more than 50 years ago, visited an Aztec temple in Mexico. Aztecs, Mexico, yeah. And the outline of this was on one of the walls, and he did a rubbing of it. So I copied the outline, but then I filled in all this, you know, all these squiggly things and everything inside. I've always liked this. Actually, I have kept this design, the outline of it, for, you know, over 50 years. And then since I started doing this type of art, I thought, oh, let me take this and, you know, fill it in with all kinds of stuff. So there's the, oh, and then I had it copied onto a t-shirt. There's your answer. Okay. Oh, golly, I feel like it needs a little bit of sweetener. I bet that if this had been the Canada Dry, I wouldn't need sweetener. All right, so what am I going to add for sweetener? Let's see. You know what? Equal is made for cold things. It doesn't do well in hot stuff because it sort of takes away some of the heat. Takes away some of the sweetness. I'll put a little bit of equal in. Can always add more, can't take out, of course. All right. This did it. This, now I can taste the coffee. Now, I think if I ever did this again, that I would try to get some Canada Dry, just because I happen to prefer it, and it adds a, I don't know, I'm used to that flavor more than the Seagram 7, but, oh, and you know what? By the way, for those of you who drink alcohol, you can add anything to this. Like, what do you have? What's a 7 and 7? 7 Up and, I don't even know what these drinks are. Oh, hey, Sandy, thanks for joining us. But anyway, I don't know, whiskey or something like that. Vodka, tequila, rum. Oh, I bet rum would be good in this. Anyway, so that's this morning's kind of crazy drink. And you know what? If I had some lemonade, I would add it to this too. Oh, I have. I do have some. I have some Crystal Light stuff. I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I'll let you go now. So this is nice if you want to get your caffeine in a refreshing burst. This is a good way. Or club soda or tonic water. All righty, well, look, have a good day. I'm going to go get some of that lemonade before all this ice melts in here and dilutes it too much. I will talk to you later. Thanks for joining me.